Oh, wow. Wow. I don't even watch First Take. So, I have to get sent clips. I watch Skip and Shannon. But this is, this was a classic, classic, classic moment on the show. Because Stephen A. Smith and yours truly, Terrell Owens, they played a very, very inspired game of back and forth. And it was, these two had spoke before coming on the show. They were looking for somebody to take Cap's side. They were looking for somebody who was like, okay, I'm gonna take Kaepernick's side and I'm gonna go from there. Me and Cap are gonna work together. We get somebody that on Cap's behalf or BS, and we just go from there. So that was the mission. Get somebody on Cap's side, right? We have to find someone that's rolling with Cap, and those who are rolling with Cap, get them on the show. Terrell Owens stepped up, and everything was going fine. He was defending Cap and trying to defend his position. Then he got a little bit. He went a little bit too far. And when he went a little bit too far, things got a little bit out of hand.
Up here. In your case, you're defending Colin Kaepernick now. In my case, I've defended Colin Kaepernick on numerous occasions throughout the years. I'm talking about the Mike Wilbons, the James Browns, and everybody in between. Black folks all over the country, all in the media. Everybody speaking up on behalf of Colin Kaepernick. But Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, but see, that was the point I made from day one. Stephen A. That was the point I made from day one. I don't know why it took so long for everybody to get here. And Terrell Owens have basically came out, to just straight out defend Cap. And he's trying to right now get himself, I think he got a podcast going. He's trying to get his career back and get back in the favor of people like how Randy did it through the media, being an analyst. Now, people look at Randy Moss entirely different. They was like, man, we had him pegged all wrong. This is somebody we should have really embraced. So, Stephen A. invited Cap to come on the show. Eric Reed. They both declined. They said, we'll do this format any way you want to do it. Of course, they declined. They don't want to talk and explain. And as long as they don't explain, they're going to forever have these questions. Now, it got even crazier when Terrell started defending him.
Stephen A. And that's what I've done it. I've had incidents throughout the course of my career. And then there have been times where I've gone into interviews where I've done an hour and a half, 2 hours of an interview. And then they break down and they edit, and then you guys get on the show, and there's a panel of people, and then they break down whatever clips that they show. They're not showing the entire hour and a half or 2 hours of that interview that I've done. So what he wanted was transparency for people to see the full workout, to see the full Colin Kaepernick. Again, you mentioned obviously Max is going to get in here, and like I said, I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A. with what he's coming, with his commentary.
But with all due respect, my brother,
I'm just saying, dog.
Wait a minute, wait a finish.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna check you right now. You don't cross the line.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. You don't cross the line.
You didn't cross the line. He's mad because this has been the narrative he's been faced with for the past few years. Whenever, and it is frustrating to some people. I get that. If I don't agree with the majority of what Black America's saying and everybody with, oh, you just sold out. No, we have a very good, valid argument for the reasons that we chose to be the way we are. Now, if you don't agree, then we have a problem. That's the only way I see it. It's the only way I see it. Now, here's how things work. Stephen A. Smith is a journalist, and that's how he chose to move as a journalist. Now, he's, portraying and reportraying the human drama that went down and transpired. That's all. He's giving his take on it, and he's upset over what happened. But why come every time Black America, y'all fall for this every time? You see how he just credited Max Kellerman? Max Kellerman is going to give you the response he knows Black America is going to take. He going to take that stance with them so they could be on his side. So they be like, yo, Max, man, you sound more black than everybody else because he's saying what you want to hear. That don't mean he riding with you because somebody telling you what you want to hear. They've been playing that game for so long. There's so many people that's out there doing that. They tell you what they want you to hear. And they play off of it instead of telling you what you need to hear. So whether people like it or don't, or whatever, Black America can get Black America in it, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear so that there's no problems. Okay? This is what you need to hear. So when we talk about Kaepernick, we talking about Kaepernick as where he is as a as an athlete, where he is as a person, where he is in this situation, and how he should have handled it. He didn't handle it as a person who was looking for employment. He handled it as if I'm gonna do it my way and I'm gonna be defiant. Any which way you go, if you were hiring somebody to come and be in your league, that's not the attitude that you want to portray coming through the door. Now, I didn't just feel this way. Shannon Sharp felt that way. Skip Bayless felt that way. Tons of others besides Stephen A. Smith felt that way. And it was immediate with me. Immediate. I heard him and I said, oh my God. Because this was never about his talent to throw the football and do all that. That was never in question. So you like, man, they could edit the tapes and show it a different way, and you would have had copies of the tapes that was sent out. Who's to say the scouts that get the tapes are gonna watch it? They had the option not to watch it. So to say, oh well, they could have edited the tapes. Now the whole world get to see what he could do live. It wasn't about that. It was about the show, the circus. And this is what the league wanted to avoid. They wanted to avoid the circus. That's all. They wanted to avoid the circus.
First of all, like I said, you, Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed, any of y'all that want to debate me in front of black people and talk about what's best for black people, name the time and place, I'll show up. I don't want to hear what's the definition of blackness. Is there a definitive definition of blackness? Why are you giving the impression that because I don't march lockstep with every single thing that Colin Kaepernick wants? Okay, excuse me. Hold on.
I'm not agreeing.
Wait a minute.
I'm not agreeing with everything that Colin Kaepernick has done.
I'm not saying that.
He's mad now. You didn't say it. Max Kellerman was more black than him. That's all he heard. And now he's ticked off. And now you finna get it. Now he gotta check you. Because see, that's the soundbite that they did not want. You see what I'm saying? You get it now? That's the soundbite they didn't want. They didn't want that soundbite. Now, let's take it back. Let's take it back, shall we? I'm just sitting here thinking about what's going on and how things should be handled and things of that nature. And I'm just shaking my head at it like, wow, this really happened. Now, I'm looking at the schedule right now, and for the way I see it and the way it's all set up, it's kind of crazy. They were saying Terrell Owens was kicked off the show. I haven't watched the whole show. I might have to go watch it now because I was just getting that message as I was speaking with y'all that T.O. got kicked off the show, and man, you got to check it out because he's like, what happened to T.O.? It's like they cut him off the show. I have no idea. But Black America, you have to stop. You do. You have to take things for what it is with intelligence. Quit using a color to define the moment. Once you start using a color to define the moment, you're doing what they do. When they just side with someone that looks like them who's talking. How you can't fight that narrative if you're a part of the narrative. So until you break that mold, how could you expect someone else to break it? How do you expect someone else to hear you if you don't hear them? I like to listen to all parties and make an assessment. Because what's right is the way it is. What's right is right. That's the way it should be. No matter what color you are, you're saying black people can't do no wrong. And in your estimation, the way T.O. had worded that, you don't see black half of the time, man. It's like you going in on the brothers. If what he's saying is valid, then by all means. Y'all got mad at his stance on weed. I'm 100% in the corner for that. When it's affecting you getting millions of dollars, and you trying to say that, man, that ain't nothing. That is something. That's a huge something. And that got me irate. So the way I see it is this. Either we gonna do something all the way or not at all. And like he's saying, until somebody unify and want to get together and bring people together, we're never gonna have a position in this thing. People keep trying to do it on their own and they just can't. Gonna have to unify at some point. So on that note, I'm gonna ride out. Leave your comments in the comment section. Everybody in the YouTube premiere right now, we're premiering this video for you guys. Definitely hit the link in the description box, man, and donate to the page, to the Streamlab, where it says donate. Please do so. Thank you. Appreciate that. And for you guys who love Cash App, you know my name is Carcino on the Cash App. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out. That's it.